The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Baker going to throw this right away. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. First play from scrimmage all the way into the end zone. Look, the pass was good, but that run after the catch, that's what was really impressive.
And I think the big question I have is, where were the safeties? Where was the tackling? Because going into this game, they had to know that they were going to be tested. That was a part of the defense that had to stand up. And on that play, not even close.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. 2nd down and a yard. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Steelers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jamel Dean right there on the coverage. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, a pretty nice effort.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Mayfield to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Play fake. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Running the toss to Irving. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. He couldn't get the edge there. Wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Steelers are back within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They go play action. Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. They run out of the gun with Irving. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's again complete to Palmer. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. In motion, the tight end. Mayfield on play action. That one behind his man, incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Mayfield down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On the ground, it's James. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Let's go now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mayfield off the play fake. Can't get away, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. The slot man in motion right. Now Mayfield. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 60 yards. Mayfield looks to throw. And his pass incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing it.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
Partner, you got to check this out because while they rightly congregate around the guy who just made the play on field, take a look at the sideline because they all went over to congratulate their punter because they remember it was his kick that set them up so close to the end zone and gave them an opportunity to get the safety that we just saw to add to their lead. That's teamwork right there. Full complementary football, and they got it done.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Hey, alert 33. What's up?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 40 yards.
Well, it worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. And delivers a big play here for this offense.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's Mayfield. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Bucs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now their hill to climb has gotten taller. They had the safety last time they had the football. That led to the touchdown a moment ago. So that deficit going in the wrong direction as they try to right the ship here. 1st and 10. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That one down the field for Freiermuth. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Kalijah Cansey. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Regular.
They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. They'll look to throw here. Looking deep downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? Did a good shot.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Hey, check that. Check, put.
James. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell for the extra point. That's up and good. It's 22-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. The offense that you already referenced in the first half, he'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's James. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Irving. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Like that?
Play fake. Mayfield out to his left. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. He may go. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 22. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. They run it with James. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Diggs has it. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And the defense loses it. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yaya Diaby able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they knocked that deficit down from 29 to 26. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. A run up the middle with Irving. Powers through. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing, Mayfield. That's complete to Palmer. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big, or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their... And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. He may go. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll give Henry another shot. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he'll get this awfully close to a first down. Boy, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal. Mayfield keeps it himself. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's got a full head of steam. George Pickens. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. George Pickens taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
That would give Irving running right. He's got it to the 43 here. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, And that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air one out. Now we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Take over.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps them move the sticks.
Viking 18.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second and a couple. They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go, here we go. 70 range.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete